Hello everyone, Jason here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about mobile computing and how we can implement it in the classroom and how it could help us here in our community. A few quick advantages: our kids can learn anywhere. Students like these devices. Jobs will want students to be tech savvy. Computer labs limit access. We can only have 20 to 30 students in our computer lab at a time, and it's not mobile. It can't go anywhere. Kids can use it at home or on the go. This will equal the playing field for some students that are lower income. They'll be able to take their computer home and study and have access to online videos and other things at home where they may not have been able to do that in the past. Students can have multiple learning styles, and this will allow teachers to teach those learning styles to maximize our student learning. So a few problems this can help alleviate is one, grades. Studies have shown that students who have access to mobile learning will have better grades in the future. Another thing this can do is teachers themselves will have instant access to grades, so they can spot out weak points in a student and focus more on individually on what students need to help each student individually become better. We can't reach the teacher at home with right now, but with mobile learning, we would be able to reach the teacher at home. Teachers could put up videos of what they learned that day, or you could FaceTime a teacher from home, or students will also have access to go on to sites like Khan Academy that are free resources where they can go watch videos about what they had just learned that day, maybe in mathematics. Also, with differential instruction, it has been shown that students learn differently. And right now, it's really hard for our teachers to teach differential instruction, where with computers and access like this, we could differentiate the learning for our middle school students and really help them learn at their own pace and learn how they learn best, whatever way that may be. So, like we said before, teachers will have access, or students will have access to teachers at home. You could have access to learning at home, and students will have better grades. This was a chart from 2010 where students indicated how much they use their laptop in each of the following subject areas. And as we can see, a lot of students, 51% for language arts, use it more than 1 to 3 hours. 43 said more than 4 hours per week. Science, our students, 90% of students said they use their laptop 1 hour or more. And with this being over 10 years old, I would venture to guess that mathematics, the numbers in mathematics will go way up, because there are multiple free online math courses now that students could do that you could not do in 2010. I know there are a lot more math, things like Khan Academy, and that kids will learn from at home. Our estimated cost is we can buy Chromebooks for approximately $120 a piece. With our smaller middle school, we have about 180 students, and really we have about 150, but we bumped that number up a little bit to account for inflation for years that we have more or less students. The network here is about $3,000 a year, so the initial startup is going to be around $25,000 in our small school district. A few things we'll have to do to make sure we're ready is we need to update our Wi-Fi and network to make sure all the infrastructure can handle our new technology. Then we would, over the summer, get this information to teachers and have them start taking a few classes. We already have a few tech people on hand here that could give these classes and start implementing them. Then next we would go to students, and another thing that we would do is start getting, hopefully, as Promethean boards so that teachers can project to the board. We would probably start this with math and science teachers, things like that, and then go on into other areas as we got more money through the years. These can prepare students for the future, connect us with multiple learning styles, can assist us with the most up-to-date information. So can access us with the most up-to-date information. I was actually substituting in the school last week, and I noticed the space science book we had is copyrighted 2005. So the amount of science that we have learned in the last 15 to 20 years has just been exponential compared to what is in that book. I mean, according to that book, the Voyager probes are still inside the solar system. It doesn't know anything about the James Webb telescope that's about to go online here in a couple of years. The Kepler telescope is probably barely in that book. There's just science and math evolve so fast that textbooks cannot keep up. But here we could easily keep up. We could have the most up-to-date information. Also, another thing these will help is a lot of students will learn at their own pace, especially in mathematics. If a student doesn't have a great concept of maybe how fractions work, and we try to push them on, now they don't have a good foundation, so they go to pre-algebra, and maybe they don't have a good understanding of fractions, and then that puts them behind on how exponents work, and we push them to algebra, and eventually they're so far behind that their foundation collapses and they just say, forget it, I'm done with math, I hate it, I can't do it. Where with this technology, we would be able to really watch where students are strong in math and what they need, and we could individually tailor things to them to help them so that by the time they graduate high school, they will be much better in math and other subjects. We could do that with all subjects along the way. We can find their weak spots and really assist them. So this has been my presentation, and I hope you guys will consider moving to mobile learning in the next few years for the future of our kids.